welcome back to Let's Talk. I'm John and this is Matt, and today we're going to be talking about the 4K Blu-ray for Everything Everywhere All at Once, directed by the Daniels. But before we dive into that, if you're a fan of 4K Blu-ray reviews, film reviews, TV reviews, and some tech reviews, we do them all here on this channel. It really helps us out if you like this video and you hit that subscribe button. So, we already did a review of the film on the channel when it first hit theaters a couple months ago, and I gave that film a perfect 10 out of 10. My favorite film of the year. It still is my favorite film of the year. I love this movie. I love Michelle Yeoh in this movie. I thought she did a phenomenal job. This is a technical masterpiece to me. But it pains me to tell you that my colleague here to my right, I think he has different feelings. Matt, what did you think of this movie?
So as John stated, he saw this in theaters. I did not. I did want to see it in theaters. It looked great. The reviews out there, I saw nothing but positive things. All the reviews and podcasts and stuff I listened to and heard about this, everyone loved it. And I was very excited to check out this 4K. I'm not going to lie, I am a little upset. I'm underwhelmed. I just didn't really like it. Now, I'm not going to chalk it up to it was a bad movie, because it definitely wasn't a bad movie. The way it was filmed, and it was a good movie. However, I just didn't really understand what the hell was going on. He tried to explain it to me, but at the end of the day, I didn't really care to understand. Something about it just, didn't hook me. I like Jamie Lee Curtis's character. I thought she did very good. I said in the beginning, because we just watched it together, and I said she nailed the IRS lady. Like, that was perfect. The fight scenes were pretty cool. The editing where there's just in a bunch of different worlds. It was okay. I could see why people like this movie, but me personally, I just didn't really enjoy it. The first time it said the end, I was like, oh, good, and then and then there was like another hour, and it was kind of tough to get through for me for some reason. And on paper, this should be something I would really enjoy. I should love this movie, and I'll try it again eventually. But I just wasn't for me.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it hurts me to hear him say that, but he's got to be honest. That's the way we do it. If you got to tell the truth, and Matt doesn't like this movie. I mean, it hurts me because it's my favorite movie of the year. It still is, even watching it a second time. I loved it again. I love this movie as much as I watched it the first time. In fact, I think I might have loved it more because this 4K Blu-ray is amazing, and we're going to talk about it in a second, but it still just blows my mind how well made it is. It's really an achievement in editing and in filming, and just like, it's paced so well. I just really enjoyed this movie. It touched me emotionally. It really works for me. I really love this film. I loved it again. I just think it's incredible. I love what they did. The story is very original. Yeah, like I said, it does feel very much like how Rick and Morty has different universes. It's very similar to that, and I'm a huge Rick and Morty fan. So again, it just checked all the boxes for me. Like he said, Jamie Lee Curtis is amazing in this movie. Everybody plays their part really well. So I really did enjoy it, and it's unfortunate that Matt didn't. But that's how the world works.
I did get a little bit of a Matrix vibe. It's nowhere near as good as The Matrix, obviously. I wanted to like this. He talked it up. Everyone in the world, I seem like the only person that dislikes it at this point from all the research I've done. And it kind of bothers me that I don't like it, but at the end of the day, I just didn't really care about it. I was watching it and it just didn't hook me.
And I get that.
And I like everything, too.
Yeah, this is actually a weird scenario. Usually it's me coming on here defending myself for not liking it, but now Matt's got to defend himself because this is Letterboxd's #1 movie of all time, I believe. It has an average rating of 4.5, so most people like this movie. It's A24's biggest moneymaker of all time now, past Hereditary, so this thing's a hit. Everyone's loving it, everybody but Matt. But maybe we can find something in there that Matt does love, because we just picked up the 4K Blu-ray for this, and I thought it was very well made. So what we get here, Matt, want to show that bad boy off?
Yeah, so now on a positive note, it has a beautiful slipcover. I really like the way they did this. They didn't have it doesn't have the 4K thing on top. It's like a full picture, or full screen type deal. And it does have like that metallic look to it. So it is a nice looking packaging, a nice slipcover. Looks good on even the side on the spine has the metallic look to it. So it's going to look good on the shelf. And then you slip that off, and then we go to our basic 4K box. You get your Blu-ray and your 4K. So now as far as the disc goes, I think that it's a brand new movie. It's a recent release, so obviously the 4K is going to look pretty good, and it looked good.
Yeah, it's got Dolby Vision and HDR10 on it, so visually it was very well made. It was, like Matt said, it was just visually stunning. It didn't blow me away as far as visuals go.
Right, but I don't think that it's just the movie. I thought it was filmed good. It wasn't like super grainy. It wasn't unclear. Everything looked good. The HDR worked good. There was nothing to complain about.
Yeah.
But where I think this movie shines would be the Dolby Atmos track.
Oh yeah.
Because it sounded very, very good.
Oh yeah, there's certain scenes, especially there's a scene in the rain, you hear the rain behind you. Other scenes, because they're traveling through universes, so it really made a great use of the rears. That's what really blew my mind the most on this Atmos track. I really felt it spreading around the room. Yeah, no, it blew my mind how good the actual Atmos track on this. And we were looking at this on Matt's actual Sonos sound system, so it really did come out incredible. That's probably the shining star of this. And also, it has some good extras on it. It really shows the making of this movie. Interviews, a good audio commentary on here as well, theatrical trailers, and deleted scenes. So it's got really the whole shebang as far as really everything you could want on this disc. I would have liked to pick up a steelbook if it was available, but there wasn't. So overall, I personally, I feel like this packaging, especially for a new release, I think even with the film, for me personally, this is a 10 out of 10. I just think the film is amazing. Actually, I'm not going to say 10 out of 10 because I did think that the video quality with the Dolby Atmos and everything wasn't the one that blew my mind off. So I'll give it a 9.5 out of 10 for myself personally, just to be in fairness of how I felt.
Yeah. So again, I wasn't really a big fan of the movie. If you're a fan of the movie, I think you're going to be happy with this package. It's a great disc, super nice slipcover. You get the Blu-ray and the 4K. So I could recommend picking this up if you're a fan of the movie, which I was not really a fan of the movie. But yeah, I think you'd be happy with it, and I know John's glad to have it in his collection.
Yeah, I am. We picked up 2 copies. There's one for each of us, one for me, one for Matt, and Matt's will be going back to Best Buy, while mine will be coming home with me.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna return it, and I'll wait a year or two for it to go on sale, and I'll try it again. But
yeah, that's fair. That's a fair assessment. But, that's how the world works. So guys, as always, thanks for being a fan of Let's Talk. If you like this video, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and you tell all your friends.